Hello listeners and fellow Game Pass fans, get yourself set and ready for your favourite unofficial Game Pass podcast, Game Pass News. So I'll hand you over to Nick and Sean and get the show started.
Welcome to Game Pass News, recorded live Tuesday, May 23rd. I'm Nintendo. My co-host Sean Abbott and I are about to fill your brain with all this week's bits and bobs of Xbox, like Xbox drops a community report. How nice are you people actually being? Microsoft is putting their cloud titles on competitor services. Sure, why not? And what do we have coming up on this Xbox showcase? I don't know, but we're going to chat about it. Hey, Sean, I have a joke for you from Gabrielle Cruz. Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants? Because he got a hole in one.
Let's look at the funk.
And this starts our roll of jokes from people on Twitter. That was great.
Yep.
That was really good.
So for those of you who don't know, before we jump into how our week's been, we are running a 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate contest on Twitter right now. And one of the ways to get an entry is to comment a dad joke. And that'll get you 1 extra entry. You can retweet, or comment us a dad joke. And we're going to read them right here. And if we read them, you get an extra entry. So you might get 4 entries. So there you go. But we'll get to that later. Sean, how you been, man?
Yeah, I've been good. My voice has gone all over the place. Yeah, it's been good. It was a busy week at work last week. Played lots of Zelda at work. So that's not too busy. Which I really
busy, but not with work.
Yeah, well, there's not a lot going on, so we're having quite a bit of downtime at the moment. So trying to fill that downtime with things other than keeping things tidy, looking for the little issues, the little air leaks and things like that. What we can't normally hear because we're wearing hearing protection, or because basically the background noise is loud. So finding lots of those, putting those in. But yeah, that's work. And then Monday, I cleaned the car, to which then I noticed it definitely needs some form of a Game Pass News sticker on it somewhere. I'm just thinking like the font that we use, and just having a die cut sticker just in the window somewhere, because it'd just go brilliant with the color of the car. So I did that. And then other than that, been to the gym, played a lot of Zelda.
So are you like legit? Because I mean, you DM me and you're like, wouldn't this be awesome to have a Game Pass News logo type thing? And I was like, yeah, it would be. And then I was like, my wife never let me do that. But like, are you legit thinking about doing this?
Yeah, just something that just like in the window at the back, so just so it's there.
Sure.
It's I mean, the car's listed as Viper Green, and we use the font that we use is HK Modular, which is the font that we use, which is a pretty common font for things like that. So I could probably get in touch with somebody and just have them made quite easy. So,
yeah,
I mean, I've done all the hard work. I've already made the logo. I've done all that. I just literally need to send them the file and say, print that.
Yeah. No, I like the idea. I think it would be pretty awesome. I just realized we don't have any. Oh gosh darn it, Sean! I tell you, no restream stuff up over here. I tell you, what's going on?
So, but well, Lindsay's grandma nicknamed it the Green Bomber, so that was also something else it was going to get on the other side.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. But what about you? You're getting holiday prepped, are you?
Yeah, man, we're going on a cruise. Literally next week, I am going to be on here with y'all, and then I'm going to be gone on a cruise to Bermuda with my kids, which I'm slightly nervous about, if I'm being completely honest, because I just, I'm afraid that Ariel's going to do something dumb and try to fall over or try to climb a railing, or I don't know. I'm probably being a little crazy and don't need to worry about it, but but it does make me a bit nervous if I'm being completely honest.
I mean, how are they on water? Like, have you done many boat trips before? Like,
I've been on a boat like a few times. That's about it. This is a real like. When we signed up for this, I really was kind of like, was that a good idea? Well, we're here now, so
I'm sure,
yeah.
I'm
So
sure it'll be fine. My biggest worry with any of the kids being on a boat that long is some form of seasickness.
yeah, yeah, and we'll see how that goes. Um, hopefully not. Hopefully not, Sean. No, we had a really good time when we went. So my wife and I went a couple of years ago, and we were like, hey, we're gonna take the kids and see what they think. And so it'll be a trip of firsts, like their first time on a plane, their first time on a big boat. They're gonna be in Boston. Yeah, so there's a lot of fun things that we have planned. They'll be in Boston for we'll hang out in Boston for a day, which really isn't enough time to do anything before we're on the boat. But we'll I can't think of the cookie place. There's this place that has amazing cookies that Becca and I went to. So we'll go there. That's all I got. Better than crumble cookie. So no, it's not crumble cookie. Better than crumble cookie. Ah, so good. So yeah, so we're gonna be prepped for that, and then I will be back just in time for the showcase on the 11th, and I'll be all sunny and hopefully not too burnt.
I say you'll be a slightly different color.
Yeah, exactly. That's not wrong. I mean, I was pretty tan when we were done with the trip last time we did it. So, but I'm excited for it. So Sean, should we go through some of these jokes that people were so kind? By the way, you guys are awesome. Like so much participation in this. Like blew me away kind of participation. You guys are amazing. So Sean, I started off with a joke that I thought was pretty good. Why don't you grab one and we'll give that guy credit.
I'm just loading up the list of them all. Contest alert, that's the one. So there's just a mass amount of notifications was on Twitter from all this.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Why didn't Han Solo enjoy the steak dinner he had?
Why not?
Well, it was a little bit chewy. That was from Chancellor. So I need to make a note of these things. I might have pronounced the name wrong, so I do apologize.
Yeah. If we don't hold us accountable for mispronounced names. I felt this one was topical. From Plains of Silence. I told my dad I had no games to play on my Xbox. Normally I'd get in trouble for lying, but this time he gave me a pass. I like that one. Fits right in with this.
Well, gone too far. There we go. This is another Xbox related one. What is Beyonce's favorite Xbox game?
Halo. What is it? Halo. I love it. Oh man.
That's from the very own the Goobler King.
Nice. The Goobler King. Here, I'm kind of over here, so I'm just dropping in ones on the list as we go by. Okay. Oh, this one, we both like this one. Why do ducks have tail feathers? To cover their butt quacks. I don't know. It just makes me laugh. I can't help it.
Yeah, this one's from Dementia. Dem said, yesterday I got an Xbox for my little brother. It was the best trade ever.
I love that one. That one is good. Why can't I find this guy? Oh, I know why.
I found it. Oh, you did the bonus.
Yeah, I couldn't find mine, but I found him. We're all good. All right. So let's see. Let's do a couple more. Oh, I liked this one. Doesn't have anything to do with video games, but I thought it was funny. My bank keeps calling me to give me compliments. They say I have an outstanding balance. I could see. I do some financial literacy with people who are interested in buying homes. I could see somebody walking in and I'd be like, how's your bank doing? I'd be like, well, the bank says I got an outstanding balance, so I guess I'm doing great. I just could see that in my line of work.
Okay, the last one I'm going to pull is from Justin, the Thunder Dome Gaming Society. He's quite often in our live chat, so Yep. So what fish goes good with peanut butter?
What fish?
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish. All right, and that will be our list. Maybe we'll pull some more next week. Guys, thanks so much for just participating, and I can't wait to. And next week we'll also pull the winner for this as well. So you got a week. If you're listening to this, you got until next Wednesday to jump in. Next Wednesday, When We podcast, which is going to be probably around 6 p.m. So get it done by then, because we're going to pull a winner. I'm going to send you a code, and then I'm going to send myself off to Boston. So
Bed.
that's right. Bed to Boston. That's what we're doing. Anything else before we get into Xfeed?
No, let's jump into Xfeed. I'm happy with that.
Let's go to X. Apparently, I still didn't fix that. That's fun. There we go. All right, here we are. We're back. Thanks for being in our live chat, Bruce. Appreciate it. Uncle Phil, keeping Xbox a friendly place. They drop a transparency report. And this was a pretty in-depth report. I didn't even, you put this in the thing, and I was like, what is this thing? But it's an interesting little ditty. I mean, I don't know how, did you do a deep dive or anything? How deep did you go in on this?
I didn't do a deep dive. I just thought it was interesting that they have opened up and made this public to people already. I mean, this is a huge report.
Yeah.
Just loading it back up now. I can't remember how many pages it is.
Yeah, it's
35 pages.
Yeah. And it is like it's not, I mean, some of it is more pertinent than others, but I mean it's filled with data. It's not like a fluff like here's pictures and here's a bunch of rando text. Like it's filled with data. And it's just data about how they're online, how friendly of a place their online is. So for instance, one of the things I found interesting, y'all, be nice on the Xbox servers, because if you get banned, out of 229,000 cases, they only reinstated 14.3 thousand, so 6%. So if you get banned, the chance of you winning an appeal and being reinstated is very low, unlikely. So be nice.
Yeah, what I really like is how dedicated they are to this. I mean, if you look at this thing, 27.47 million player reports, 10.19 million enforcements issued. So it's not like, and that's just from July to December 2022. It's not like they're taking this lightly. They are. I mean, they are very committed to doing this. I mean, I like my favorite one is the last slide, which kind of gives you like a 3D model of how everything happens.
That thing is intense. I'm sorry, but that thing is like, I mean, some real type A person made that, and he was very excited when he got done. Like,
yeah. So, but all it does is you start out. Obviously, you create your console, you get familiar with all the guidelines, everything. Then you play a game, and then for whatever reason, an incident occurs. You know, you can be the person that's on the receiving end of that incident, which could be just foul commentary in a game from another player or things like that, or you could be somebody that has seen that or been heard that. It's one of the things where I'll use Warzone for an example, that you can hear other players chat and stuff like that, and you could hear something like, you can take action on that, and then it opens up an investigation, and then Xbox take action on that, and then the player that's involved on both parties is notified, and then they go into further prevention. So the player that has had the complaint against them could be banned. They could be, their account could be limited for a number of days, things like that. Facebook use a very similar algorithm for this in terms of breaching community guidelines, so on and so forth. And I mean, I've been on the receiving end of a Facebook ban, and it was and it was because of Game Pass News. It was because of our Facebook page.
Yeah, we had
I
no
wasn't
idea why.
allowed.
Like, it
Yeah,
did. It was very weird.
I wasn't allowed to comment in communities, like community posts and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was to do with our extra life thing as well. That was when I was trying to share and create a post for our extra life.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but see, that goes back to, so they talked a lot about proactive and reactive, and like that was a well, we don't really know, but I assume that's a proactive. The Facebook servers are trolling the posts and everything, and they found something that they apparently didn't like in our extra life post that they thought was nefarious. But so, and they talk about that too, about, hey, reactive being, somebody sees something and alerts Xbox, and then they're reacting to something that's been done. Or proactive, before anybody's telling Xbox, they're seeing it and they're being proactive in dealing with it before it even gets done. So they talk about that, having both of those enforcements, and the fact that a lot of the enforcements are done proactively, not because somebody reported it, but because they found it on the server on their own. I also thought it was interesting. Player reports by content type. So conduct was 41%, communications was 47%, and user generated content, basically 3.11 million of you are somehow creating penises in some software. That was 11%. So congratulations, folks. Way to go.
All I can say is I'm pretty glad Tears of the Kingdom isn't on the Xbox then, because the amount of people that have made penis-shaped objects for the Dads After Dark competition that they've got going on at the moment for Tears of the Kingdom would have probably got me banned.
Sean, it was the first, and it wasn't from our Discord. It was the first user-generated, not from a review thing I saw on Twitter. Was some like Burning Man statue with a giant penis that got set on fire. That's literally the first thing I saw about Tears of the Kingdom, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a good game. I can tell. Like, when the users start doing that, then they're in. Like, they're really loving this game. So yeah, God bless you all. So yeah, I think it's interesting. I mean, I appreciate they're a company that's about community and about networking and bringing people together so that you can share games, and so that you can share games with other people that you know and don't know. And if that's what they're going to do, they got to make it a place where everybody wants to be, and this is the step for them to show that they're committed to that. So, yeah.
Yeah, and for me, it's always been a good show with Xbox in terms of how their online's handled. I mean, I've been on both sides of the coin. I've used PlayStation and I've used Xbox, and only up until recently, the PlayStation servers haven't, for me, ever been as good as the Xbox servers. And that was mainly because they didn't see for me at the time, they didn't see the need to have their servers as strong and reliable as Xbox did. Xbox have been using their servers and their online service for games like for Game Pass and then getting into the cloud market. So they've always had a really strong server base there. So it's, as Phil calls it, it's an investment in trust. So he sees that people are going to keep using their service because they're investing a lot of time and effort into making sure that people feel safe and secure, and that they can go online and play without thinking, oh, I'm going to be bullied and ransacked by people left, right, and center.
I will be the first to say that I don't think that Xbox does a whole lot better than Nintendo in a lot of ways, but this is one of those ways where Nintendo's idea is to basically wall it off, right? Like that's what they're like. We don't want anybody to be hurt, anybody to hear something or see something that they shouldn't, so we're gonna wall it all off, and we're gonna make it super difficult to play with other people. Now I think they're getting a little bit better at that, but Xbox is like, hey, we want everybody to play with everybody, and have a great time with video games and share their experiences, but we are going to take the step and invest the time, as Phil says, and money into being able to make that network as safe as it can possibly be. Nothing's perfect, but trying to make it the best it can be. So I think that's the right way to go. And like I said, it's not going to be perfect all the time, but I think they do the best you can do. They're sharing their space with stupid people. So, what are you going to do about that?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the day people aren't nice. So
That is very accurate. Not always. But I'd say most are. I don't play a lot of online games, but when I haven't experienced, I know you play a lot more than me, and you've talked about some stupid people you've had on your like Call of Duty stuff, but I haven't experienced it all that much. So
I always find it tends to be the type of game that you're playing. So college, it's a high adrenaline impact style game. So you're going to get people that are heated, and they're going to, and it's free to play, so everybody can get hold of it. Where, games like Gran Turismo, Gran Turismo Online, when I used to play that was great. The community was fantastic. There was when you won a race, or you were in a lobby with the race, everybody was really congratulations. There was never really much negativity there. So
cool. All right. So next, apparently, Phil says we don't care if the Activision thing is through yet or not. We are going to be sharing some games with Nvidia and Boosteroid. So Boosteroid joins Nvidia GeForce Now in getting access to Xbox Cloud titles starting next month, which I'm guessing is June. Gears 5, Deathloop, Pentiment, and Grounded. So that's cool.
I think it's 25th of May. So I think the Nvidia GeForce gets them on the 25th of May, and then literally the week after that, so 1st of June, Boosteroid then picks up the games as well on cloud.
Do you think they're just trying to show, hey, we are committed to what this thing we're saying we're doing, so committed that we're going to do it with games we already have, even before we have Activision?
This is a show of, this is what we said we're going to do, guys. Everybody in the EU that's agreed to it, also China now. If you want to hear more about what we thought about the recent stuff happening with Acquisition Watch, because it doesn't get talked about now in the podcast as much, there is a special that is now available that dropped this morning, or Tuesday morning if you listen to this at the weekend. That's on there now. You can talk, it's a half an hour long. We talk about everything that is currently happening in the world of the Acquisition Watch. But yeah, this is a show of that. This is, look, okay, we fully understand that we said they're going to do this. This is what we're actually doing now. It's interesting that they've only picked a couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
Gears of War is their own Xbox studios and developed. Then you've got Deathloop, which is it Tango Works, and Bethesda, and Grounded, who is on you're the Grounded king.
Obsidian, sorry.
Obsidian, yeah, and then Pentiment, which again was another one of the acquired studios.
I think that was Obsidian as well. I think.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
So yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for anybody on those services that has to play Pentiment as one of the only cloud available games that they've got, because they'll just put them off. But they're there; it's available.
Yeah, maybe hey, you got great ratings. So I'll give it that. It was not a game that I was interested in the least in, but it got great ratings. So there is that. Sean, my internet software just went down. So what's next on the list of things we're doing? What's next on our dock?
We haven't got much in terms of news bulletins, because it has been, and I think it will be for the next week and a bit from Xbox, been a pretty quiet news month. But something that was shared with us in our Discord was a lot of the showcase stuff and the summer showcase stuff that's coming up soon has been leaked. Somebody posted an image in our Discord with a big list of titles that apparently going to be mentioned or brought to the showcase on the 11th of June. So I wanted to talk about this a little bit. I don't want to talk about the list of games that are there because it's all speculation. That might not be what's actually there. This could just be made by somebody to try and get as many people talking about the subject as possible.
Specifically, many people clicking on their dumb Twitter account because they took a rando picture of a screen.
Yeah.
So we're not going to talk about the screenshot. Personally, I think those kind of things are pretty dumb. But we are interested in having our own conjecturing of, hey, what we think are going to be there. We're not saying we know anything. We're just want to, what do we want to see and what do we think we might see? So I don't know, Sean.
What do we need to see? Because most importantly,
that's a good one. That is very true.
There's things that we need to see, stuff that we hadn't seen much of since 2021. So
right.
But yeah, so I don't like leaks. I don't like spoilers in many way, shapes, or form. People post things in Discord where it has a spoiler tag. I won't reveal it just in case. But yeah, like Tears of the Kingdom, I didn't watch any of the videos prior to that because I didn't want things spoiled. So as much as I've looked at this picture, I don't trust it. In the hope that it's all a lie and so on and so forth. But what do I want to see, or what should I be seeing? I want to see some more Forza Motorsport footage. I want to see more than what they showed about the environment. I want to be able to see what different tracks or vehicles you can use. Like, am I going to have access to like single-seater open-wheeled stuff? So like leaning a little bit towards Formula One or old indie racing kind of cars like that. I want them to show off the rallying section a little bit more because I'm sure they're doing a pretty big rallying section in Forza Motorsport, or at least I'm hoping so. And is that going to be like rallycross style in terms of, is it going to be around a track, or is it going to be stage stuff? So I want to see some of that. That'd be quite nice. It is on the list of leak stuff, but we definitely need some Fable news. We need like, what are Turn 10 doing with Fable? How far are they? What does it look like? Like a projection of what we're going to see in the next 12 months, if anything.
With Forza Motorsport, what we really need is a date.
It's a date.
Yeah, that's what we really need. Like I mean, as a guy who doesn't care much about the game, I don't even know if it's on cloud. I'll probably like see how horrible I am on it, but I'm not going to download it if I can't play it on cloud. But as an Xbox fan, I am interested in when they're going to drop this thing. Is it going to be this summer? Because it's got to be either this summer, soon, like by July, I would say, or further past September in November. Or after, because they're not going to drop it right near Starfield. I mean, I know they're two very different games, but still, they're not going to do that. They're not going to drop those real close to each other. And I mean, I say that, I know absolutely nothing. They may drop them like kissing cousins. I have no idea. But I don't think they will. So, I don't know. You think it's coming summer? Or basically winter is what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think it's going to be winter. I can't see them putting it squeezed that close to Starfield.
Yeah. I mean, you would literally have to get that done the first half of July if you wanted to do it in summer. That's about as late as you could go.
Yeah, definitely. I can't see us getting any Silk Song stuff. It's recently been bashed to death in the press in terms of it being pushed back even further.
So I was corrected by our good friend Mr. Zablanc that it had been pushed to late 2023. I thought it had been pushed to 2024. My bad. So if that's the case, and it's been pushed to late 2023, then with the delay out of the first half, okay, I'm reading Yahoo News here, which, I mean, how can you go wrong with Yahoo News? They're high quality, reasonable. Actually, I don't think it has a date. It's not unreasonable to expect Silksong to potentially be delayed to some point in 2024. So right now we don't know. With a delay out of the first half of 2023, it's not unreasonable to expect Silksong to potentially be delayed to some point in 2024. So we don't really know when it's coming out yet. It could be 2023, and if it is the second half of 2023, then we could see something. We very well could. But if it's 2024 or after, I don't know. I don't know that I don't want to see anything until it has a date that's solid. I can tell you that. I've seen too much. Not too much. I've seen too many dumb trailers of this thing that are pretty similar, exactly the same. So I don't want to see anything until it's got a date and I know exactly when it's coming. That's all I got to say. And with Fable,
agreed.
Go ahead, sorry.
Agreed, and I want that with everything. So I don't want a Redfall all over again, where we promised this amazing game with this amazing trailer that looks fantastic, for it to either come out incomplete or not come out on the date that they specify, or around the date that they specify.
John, has there been an Xbox game that's hit the date that they've said? I mean, Halo obviously didn't. It got pushed out a year and a half. Starfield's been pushed. Yep. Redfall's been pushed. Hi-Fi Rush came 5 out when they said it would, because it dropped on the day that they announced it.
Forza Horizon 5 came out on time.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, and that was a banger. That was like one of their more solid hits.
Contraband is another game that we need to see something of. But that was teased in 2020. 2020? Was it 2020? Yeah, 2020. It was teased in the showcase in 2020.
I believe so.
We haven't seen anything of it for a while. So.
Yeah, so in Phil's interview with Kinda Funny Games, he said that they're now lining up to have a first-party game a quarter. So, if that's the case, then we should be seeing something, the May quarter. So we know we have a September game. So really they need to lay out that roadmap for, I don't know what they need to do, really. They need to solidify what's coming in 2024. And they don't need to do that in this event. I don't know what they need to do, really. That's a good question. What do they need to do? Like
they need to give us a roadmap taking us up till the winter for definite. And then I don't want to see much past that, because if you start getting into early 2024, spring 2024, summer 2024, I don't want to know, because you can't guarantee that. There's lots of things that can happen, like COVID was an absolute destroyer of all hopes and dreams for many people and many things, but for games and developers and publishers, it was horrific. People couldn't get into work. People couldn't do things. They couldn't collaborate together. So games and schedules would push way out. The crisis in Ukraine also was an absolute show for lots of different developers and publishers who lived in that's Eastern European side of things. So there's lots of games and publishers and stuff out there that have had lots of issues going on. So you cannot always give us a date and guarantee it, because anything could happen at any time.
So do you want to see games that might potentially come out in 2024? Because this is going to be like a 45-minute showcase. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of crap here. It can't just be a roadmap through the end of the year is only basically Forza Motorsport. I mean, we know Starfield. They're not going to show that until after the showcase, because they got a whole Starfield showcase. So we're going to see some Forza Motorsport. And by the way, Stalker 2. You said Ukraine. It made me think. Stalker 2. We need to see something probably on that. Unless they're going to say, hey, listen, guys, it's so rough. Which ain't nobody going to fight about that. We totally get it. If they say, listen, I mean, we just can't right now. That's unfortunate, but totally understandable.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see sizzle really stuff. I want to be like them showing the games and be like, so you can like this is going to be available on Game Pass next week. This is going to be like I want to see lots of little like we've got this like Stray. I want to be like, hey, look,
Yeah.
Stray's been this that. It's been rumored to have ratings for Xbox now, so it's coming. Could be physical or could be on Game Pass. But I want to see stuff like that. I want to like teasing this, teasing that, teasing the other, because this showcase is going to be all about Game Pass games either. Because that's what the other thing we've got to remember is this could be titles that are coming to Xbox, but are never going to make it to Game Pass. So
Sure. And I'm good with that. I don't have any issue with that. I just wonder what they'll be, and um what I don't want to see is like, I don't know. I was about to say what I don't want to see is like a bunch of Assassin's Creed or like Madden games or something like that. Like I don't know, but maybe
they currently have
they
a
won't.
big. There's currently a big Assassin's Creed sale going on, isn't there, on Xbox as well? So
Mm-hmm.
I can't see them mentioning much of that.
So I think you're right. We need a solid roadmap for the rest of the year. Great. I don't need dates, but I would be interested to know what we're playing in 2024. Like, is Avowed coming out in 2024? Is Everwild coming out in 2024? Is the new Perfect Dark from the Coalition? Where's Hellblade gonna land? Hellblade 2, that should be coming out with a pretty solid date pretty soon. I don't think Fable's a 2024 game. As much as a tear falls from my cheek when I say it, I don't think it is. I think it's probably a 2025 game if we're lucky, and that's fine. If I can get a Fable that's a 10 out of 10, I will wait until 2026 if I have to. I do not want a Redfall Fable. That's all I'm going to say, okay? Don't want to deal with it. I want to be pumped. I want to be jazzed. I want to be excited. I want people to be like, damn, I need to play that game.
Yeah. What was the other one I was just about to mention? No, it's gone. You were mentioning games that I thought.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's okay.
You think about it, and Bruce gave us a dad joke. A cheese factory exploded in France. Debris is everywhere.
Oui, oui.
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, how we're going to be playing games as well. I hope we can see something like that. I seriously hope they drop the family plan.
yes. Yes,
So
please drop the family plan. Oh, that'd be so exciting. I could play some Minecraft Legends with Noah. I would love it. I haven't introduced it to him yet, but I probably would if that happened.
I totally forgot about that game.
Yeah, I know. It's
To be honest, I totally forgot about the
unfortunately
Xbox this week. So
yeah, I get it. But no, that game is somewhat forgettable, to be honest. Unfortunately, maybe we're not the right. We're probably not. Maybe we're probably not the right demographic for that game. So that's probably part of the reason. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an update for that, like they start some type of seasonal thing for that too on the showcase. You know, like Microsoft Legends dropped a month ago, but here's the first big season thing.
yeah,
Whatever they're gonna do.
what happens if we see Could you imagine if we saw Gear 6? Like literally, the opening scene is the next Gears of War. The people would go nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What do you need?
Because
So, go ahead.
that's what I'm kind of thinking is they need to come at us with a I can see them being a big opener. I can be like, this is like everybody going, oh what, and then I'm kind of hoping that they'll carry that hype throughout. So
Hey, Tyler, Acid TK in the house. Thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, they do. They need that opener. They are in such a tough spot, though, Sean, because they're in this spot where And Phil talked about this. Players aren't gonna play until they're smiling with control. Players aren't going to believe until they're smiling with controllers in their hand at this point when it comes to Xbox. And they did that to themselves. But now it's
Yeah.
like this one's so tough. They want to bring hype to this showcase, but at some level, this community is a bit jaded. And so a big Gears of War 6, splash screen with all the stuff is going to this is what it's gonna do. It's gonna make people go, oh my, it better be good. It better be good. Like literally, that's what's gonna happen. Like that's how it's going to fall. It's gonna make people like their mind's gonna be blowing, but then immediately they're gonna be like, is it gonna be good? I don't know. The trust in this community is pretty rough right now, I think. And man, a while back, in that interview with Kinda Funny, Phil said a 12 out of 10 Starfield doesn't even really matter because it's not going to move consoles. And though in context, I agreed with him. In context of like, hey, if Starfield's a 12 out of 10, is a PlayStation guy going to jump to an Xbox? Probably not. But if Starfield's a 12 out of 10, if Forza's a 12 out of 10, if Fable's a 12 out of 10, if Avowed's a 12 out of 10, then you start moving consoles. And that's what they need. They need to really get a development cycle where everything is at least a 9 out of 10, right? All first party titles should be a 9 out of 10. Like, I'm not saying we don't all have to have Tears of the Kingdom here. 10 out of 10 down the board. But we need to have some solid games come out so that people can once again have faith that what Microsoft puts out is going to be gold star. And that's the problem with the showcase. No matter what they show, that's the reaction you're going to get. Is like mind blowing, but I don't know. Is it really going to be good?
Yeah, I'm just trying to look now when the last Quake game was because I've got a feeling we could see one of those. I know it's in the leak. People are like, oh, I thought you weren't talking about the stuff that's leaked, but
if we just talk about it and stop saying it's in the leak, then it's fine. See,
this is true because the last one was 2021, and I can't remember playing that game. Dimension of the Machine. Dimension of the Machine. But I'm a sucker for a Bethesda first-person shooter. They can drop one and I'll play it. Like I played Deathloop, so yeah. Whenever they drop a first-person shooter, I'll play it because I love Doom and they do a fantastic job with that. So ID Software and Bethesda need to churn that game out fast.
Yeah, I love Mighty Doom. I don't know, is that? We'll talk about that later. I'm still playing that game. I'm still loving that game. Hey, I'm in for Banjo-Kazooie coming back, Tyler. He wants Banjo-Kazooie coming back. I would be down for that. I really like that game.
Yeah. Imagine if they remastered the first one just for Xbox.
I don't want that, Sean. I want a new game. I censored myself. I want a new game. Don't give me any more of this Banjo-Kazooie 1.2, blah, blah, blah. Come on now.
What about Nuts and Bolts if they remastered Nuts and Bolts?
You can give me Nuts and Bolts too. I don't want a remake. I don't. I've been there. I've done that.
It's so expensive to make new games. Yes. When they already have all the I don't know. I like a good remaster. If you give me like the Resident Evil 4 remaster is fantastic. It's beautifully well done. So if you can give me a remaster of that proportion, I will play a game again.
The problem is, so if they remaster Banjo, I played Banjo-Kazooie in its worst state just recently. So just to be honest, the N64 NSO port of Banjo-Kazooie is rough, my friend. So yeah, would I play it? I probably wouldn't beat it again. Would I play it? Sure, I'd probably play it. Nuts and Bolts I might actually play and beat, just because it has been a long time. And I don't think I ever beat Nuts and Bolts, to be fair. So I'm kind of being a little jerky just to be jerky. But I probably wouldn't beat a Banjo-Kazooie, like, initial port, or remake. But Nuts and Bolts I probably would. or a remaster. I don't know. I can't keep track of
Yeah.
what's what these days.
And I said TKO phrase literally makes the point that I'm going to make next is if you bring it's cheaper to do a remaster to see how welcomed that is. If you can make a good remaster and people are like super excited for it, then you can be like, look, let's go and develop a new game of this because people will be really excited as long as it plays as well as this. I think Metroid Prime remastered on the Switch. I think that was a showcase of that.
Mm-hmm.
People really enjoyed playing the remastered version of an old game to the point where they know they've still got the hype and the love for that franchise. So
there's a lot they can do. There's a few things that basically they have to do, and we've talked about it. They have to have a roadmap for the rest of the year. I think they have to show us a little bit of what's going to happen in 2024. Don't give us dates because I don't trust they can hit them. But again, let us see a little bit of what we can look forward to in 2024 because right now everybody in the community is kind of like, I don't know. I have no idea. About? I don't know. Hellblade? I don't know. Fable? Probably not, but I don't know. So we need to see that. And then they need to come out after this showcase. The showcase is important, but what's really important is the Starfield Direct. They need to come out and really make us go, holy shit, that looks amazing. Like they need to tell a story there that we can't look away from. So, any final thoughts for you, Sean?
Around Starfield, it needs to show exciting gameplay as well. I don't want to see a ton of dialogue crafted, harvested. I want to see some exciting gameplay as well as that because I think that's one of the things I will struggle with more than anything else is if it's a constant grind and harvest to get things done.
Yeah. But they got to be real, right? That's what Phil said. And I'm sure he's pushing the marketing team of like, listen, whatever you show, you better be honest about it. We can't have no 60 frames a second if in like a month or two they're going to be like, well, we were showing PC footage, so but I mean, no. So in the console, it's not. It's just not. It's 30. I mean, whatever they do, they got to do. And I'm not going to lie. I am so nervous for Xbox in this one, man. Like, I hope they nail it, but if they don't, it's gonna be a rough day. Like, it's gonna be rough.
We went from 2022 having no games really to talk about to 2023. We've got loads of games that we can talk about, but they're all coming out not very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, to the point to where it's like, well, if Starfield's tanked, I'm interested to see. I mean, Xbox isn't going anywhere, but I'm interested to hear will people start to say, I don't know, there's a lot better games over on PlayStation that are like 10 out of 10 style games. Like, is it time to just pull the plug on this?
Yeah,
I mean not Xbox itself, but for like an amount of players. I'm not being like, oh, Xbox is gonna go away. No, but what I am saying is, I think you'll have a group of players that say, I think I'm gonna move on. So.
Yeah, and I mean they've got some big games coming over at Sony.
They got a showcase in like a day, I think. Or something like, I don't know. They got a showcase coming real soon before ours.
Yeah, and things like Wolverine game, which is going to be like the new Spider-Man games and stuff like that. They delivered with the Spider-Man games, and it's the only thing I'm jealous about not having a PlayStation still is I never got to play the Miles Morales Spider-Man that came out afterwards. So yeah, they've got that. They've got something else as well that I saw the other day, and I thought, oh my god, that's amazing. But I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, they need to deliver. They need to be bringing out showing us some bangers, and then giving us the full gourmet 5-star Gordon Ramsay kind of feel.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, I hope they do it. I hope they do it for everybody's sake, all included. We shall see. But we shall move on to our Game Pass headlines. Game Pass headlines out this episode. Out since the last episode. Shadow Drop, Sean. I didn't even know until like a day later. I was like, I looked down, I was like, wait, no, that's not out. No, when is that coming out? I was like, oh, that's already out. Oh, I mean, that's literally what happened in my head. Supra Land 6 inches under. Hey, listen, I'll talk about this. I played it for an hour. I'll talk about it and what I've been playing. So, we can kind of just keep going. Do you want to do the? I meant to talk to you on. You want to do the back and forth? That worked really good last.
We can do. I'm just very quickly. I heard for Superland. I think when I saw the trailer for it, I'm just looking now. I was like, this is something I think I could get in on. This is yeah.
Do you want me to talk about it now? Because I can.
No, it's okay. We saw a video for a while ago, but we never got a date for it, did we? That was the reason why it went missing.
Oh, maybe that's what happened. I'm not sure. I don't remember it, but that doesn't, I don't remember a lot of things. I'm not entirely certain what I had for breakfast, so, there you go.
So yeah, but it looks like it's a first-person platform puzzle game.
Yes.
So yeah, I think it is something that I'd probably be interested in once I've finished in Hyrule.
Well, I can't wait for you to play that in December. Sounds like fun. 2024. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'll be done before then.
No, I will still be playing in December of 2024.
You and your many horses.
That's right. Yeah. All right, you gonna get the next one?
So, Planet of Lana, did you manage to get any time? Because that was coming out today, which is the 24th, but it dropped really late because
it's the 24th where you are, but it came out today, the 23rd. And so, I was gonna stream it this morning, but it didn't drop until later in the afternoon. So actually, if all goes well, don't hold me to it, but if all goes well, I plan to stream it tomorrow morning. I've been having some morning time to stream, just like an hour of a game, so I might do that. I've been really enjoying streaming games without my camera on, because when I have a camera on, I feel like I gotta kind of sit up and be like, and try to smile, because I don't normally smile. Yeah, I normally suck at that. I'm normally like. And then I look on camera and I'm like, oh dear Lord, I wouldn't want to. So I've been having my camera off, my feet up, my mic on, just kind of goofing off. So come and hang out.
Yeah, and it was nice. You did it this morning. I was what was it? I was sat where I am now. Strangely enough, this is where I now sit to play video games on the floor with my legs crossed under the coffee table.
I like it.
But yeah, I was sat playing Tears of the Kingdom while you were playing Ghost Law, and kind of like watching you jumping in on the chat, and it was nice. It took me back. Holy moly, what was that?
We really gotta fix how loud that is. Thank you, Hambone Johnny gives us a sub. You're amazing, man, but holy shit.
Just scared the crap out of me.
I know. Man. I thought I fixed that. Oh, I don't know how that's so loud. Man.
Yeah, thank you very much, Hambone Johnny, gifting a 1 month sub to Just Being Bruce, and also for hanging out in the chat and being very quiet. You sneaky lurky.
Yeah, he just like stealth attacked us with a sub, and it was amazing. I really appreciated it.
But as I said, like been doing that this morning, watching you streaming a game while I was playing a game, listening to you talk about your game, and being able to kind of jump in the chat and stuff like it. It was nice. It took me back to like playing games as a kid, because I like 2 TVs in a room. I used to take my TV and everything with me, and a friend would play one game, I'd play another game, and we'd be like, oh yeah, that's really good. Yeah, so it was nice. It took me back to
nice. Yeah, no, it was fun. So yeah, Planet of Lana, it's a environmental 2D puzzler-y type of game. FYI, I took it in Fantasy Critic in both leagues, and it has earned me 12 points, so I'll take it.
me.
That's right.
Beating me.
That's right. All right, yeah, I am. That's true. I didn't want to say that part, but it's true.
Oh, you were beating me anyway. So for 12 extra points, you're just beating me even more.
You got to pay attention though when the showcase comes out. You might find a game you got to snag. You got 4 more games you can snag. So
this is true.
Yeah. Coming out next week, May 25th, Railway Empire 2 available. This is a day 1 game on Game Pass. Remember, this is the game where you can grow your railroad. A game that does look interesting, but I probably won't have time to get to.
I will not be choosing that one.
Oh, that was good. Good job. No bonus points for you though. Sorry, you can't enter the contest.
Oh. Yeah, Massive Chalice, which I always want to say something completely different, but that's definitely a Dad's After Dark thing. That's coming out May 25th as well. I need to Google some very quick information about that one.
You better watch out what you Google.
Yeah. It is a turn-based tactical strategy game set in an epic timeline from Double Fine Productions. So this looks to me like it would not be very interesting for me, unfortunately.
It's gonna be on the box. That's a box quote right there from Sean Abbott from Game Pass News. This looks to be not very interesting to me.
No, it looks, well, I don't know. It looks like it could play a little bit like the original Mario Rabbids, in terms of like how you move your characters and interact them with the battling. But the graphics just look like polygons stuck together. Which is no offense to the Double Fine on
none whatsoever.
But yeah, if you like, looks like it's based medieval time. There's lots of different mythical looking creatures, different ranges of attacks, lots of abilities that you can upgrade, and I think even weapons that you can change and stuff. But yeah, it's not going to be for me. But if you like tactical strategy games, yeah, definitely try that one.
Cassette Beasts also comes May 25th, the big day for Game Pass news. It's the Pokemon-like, already on PC, coming to console. So I am interested to pick this one up, maybe see if it's something I can play with my kiddo. So we shall see.
I'm hoping this one is a cloud one, because that's I'm gonna try and get, because Logan might like this one, so I might be able to get him set up on the iPad playing that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then May 30th takes us to Far World Pioneers, which is dropping. I believe that is a day 1. I can't remember.
Yes, that is a day 1. Before. This game is interesting, Sean. I there's stuff I've learned about it since. So this is a co-op game, 32 players on one 2D screen, has a real like Fallout 2D style kind of. What was the mobile Fallout game?
Fallout Shelter. So yeah, this is the one that's like very much like Terraformer.
Yeah.
Terraria, sorry. It's got the Terraria style graphics, but yeah.
Yeah, it feels like if you mash those two together, Fallout and Terraria, that's what this is. Except I didn't realize 32 players on one map. That was I read that this on their Twitter today actually. So very cool.
That's a lot of people in one small space.
That really is. I don't think you need to be on the same screen though. I just think you can kind of be where you want on the map. I am super interested in this game. I am gonna play it on May 30th and hope I don't like it almost, because I'm not gonna be able to play it again for like 10 days because I'm gonna be away. So anyway, so yes, that's May 30th. Also May 30th, Chicory, A Colorful Tale. This game has gotten crazy reviews last year. Very highly reviewed. It is a top-down adventure game in a coloring book world where you can draw on anything, use your painting powers to explore new places, solve puzzles, help your friends, and change the world. Quite frankly, they got a banger week coming out. I mean, this is a really good week.
And it's an array of games. So you have Superland 6 Inches Under, which is your first-person puzzle style game. Then Planet of Lana, which is the Zelda-like open world explorer style game, and then we roll into a railway simulator, a turn-based strategy medieval game, Cassette Beasts, which Pokemon-like open world RPG. Yeah, it's like it's the pinnacle of what Game Pass is all about for me. Is that there is just big games, day one games, and an absolute variation of games,
For sure.
all within 5 days.
No, it's crazy. So, leaving, we have, I'm just going to run through them, Sean. If you want to stop at any of them, you let me know. We've already mentioned them once on the last podcast. They're leaving May 31st. Europa Universalis, Evil Genius 2, World Domination, FIFA 21, Floppy Nights, and Lawn Mowing Sim. Anything you want to mention there?
Nope, nothing at all.
Hit me with some games with gold then.
So the new games with gold that have been announced is Bladestorm Nightmare, which is an Xbox One game, and the other one is Carp, Coss, and Fishing, which I think which I think you've played.
What is it again?
You the Catch. Cat. Yeah, it's a fishing simulator.
You can probably just let that one slide.
I think it's one that you played that was on Game Pass at one point.
I think if it's the one that I played, just let it keep going. Just
yeah, it is the one. Yeah, so don't net that one. But
did you do that one too? That man, you're just on a roll.
But Nightmare is an original and alternative fantasy narrative style game. I'm struggling to find much information on it, even though it's an old game.
Old and buried.
Old and buried, yeah. It looks like a real-time action plus strategy game where I think you also get involved as I'm getting like the Hyrule Warriors kind of feel when I'm looking at the images and reading bits.
All right. Well, that is our games with gold. That's also are we good? Is any other Game Pass headlines before I roll us out of this one?
No, let's go and have a look what's on our dashboard.
What is on the dashboard?
Say that there is probably still lots of games sat there on my dashboard on the Xbox, but none of them have been touched. So it's been one of those. It was a bad week last week, so last week was my 72-hour week. So I didn't really get much time at home to be playing games. So what games I did get to play was Tears of the Kingdom, and that's been it. That is all I played. Give me a different podcast that I could talk about this evening about Tears of the Kingdom, and I would probably bore you to death with how much I played this game. But
yeah, maybe we can do a special on it. We've been doing special episodes, but give me some time first. I'm way behind you. I have been enjoying it. Maybe not to your level, but I mean I absolutely love the game. Also a little bit I don't know. I just haven't been able to find as much time, and I've decided to make this my main game, and then basically just become a Justin sampler of Game Pass as games just roll on by that I don't have time to play. I'm just gonna I'm playing an hour here, an hour there, back to Tears of the Kingdom. That's my plan. So
yeah, I'm just happy that you've had that moment that I got with it, where you got that. Okay, yes,
yeah,
I can see how far this game can go and what I could like. I'm glad you got that moment because I was worried at first when I started playing it that I wouldn't get it, and then it kind of like had the whole light bulb moment, and I was like, and now I can't put it down. It's like every opportunity. Last night when we went up to bed, I like laid in bed and played an hour, just chilling in bed. Like same again today when the kids were in the bath and the shower, they were just they were in there. I was just again laid on the bed playing Zelda to the point where I didn't hear Lindsay coming from work. So.
Yeah. For me, I had to get off the island because the island is somewhat frenetic with the teaching you all the new stuff, and so I'm like, I don't know, like I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna stick this on that and do this, and then okay, I'm sticking that on this, and it's fun, but it was like, man, I miss that feeling of like I'm out in this world, and but then once you get off the island and you start exploring the mainland, it's like, oh, okay, now I feel the Breath of the Wild merge with the Tears of the Kingdom, and it works. And now I'm in. But at first it was just like, okay, yeah, you want me to do this? All right, you want me to, but I got there. So yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And that original Sky Island, I go back to it very often. So
Oh, I guess I probably need to do that. I've never been back. Okay, thanks for the tip. So yeah, I don't know. Anything else you want to mention before I jump into the games I've been playing?
No, I want to pick up. I want to try Cassette Beasts with Logan because I know Pokemon can be quite in depth on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of hoping that having a stripped back version that isn't made by the same people might be a good starting point for him. So I want to do that.
Sure.
Jay has been playing Tears of the Kingdom more than she's been playing anything, so I can't comment on anything that she's been playing either. But yeah, we'll see what the showcase is. We'll get the showcase out of the way, and I'll probably super hyped about some game on there, and Tears of the Kingdom might get a bit rushed to then get back to that. I mean, I've still got to get back to Hogwarts Legacy, so
Yeah, I get you. All right, yeah, wow, buddy. I'm glad Hogwarts Legacy is behind me. I will say that. I mean, if that wasn't behind me, I don't know. I'd just probably feel the mountain and something would get axed. So for me, I played Superland. It's colorful. It's funny writing. It's a 3D platformer puzzler, environmental puzzler. I will say, I got to a point to where I got kind of frustrated, and we'll drop a video. I have an hour-long video that you guys can kind of peruse if you're interested. But for the last like 15 minutes, I was like, all right, well, I'm kind of stuck here, and so I'm just gonna stop the video. But those puzzles, they throw you right in on some pretty, or at least for me, I couldn't figure it out. Like I was like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here. And you're running around. There's lots of little secrets to find. So that might be a me problem, not a game problem. So let me just say that, like I just didn't find it or whatever. And I'm not saying I wasn't having fun, but there is like that thing where you're like, oh, I finally figured out that problem I was having. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, oh, a new problem. Okay, now I got to figure out this problem. And it's just kind of like you get one to the other. But the hour, I only put in an hour, so I'm certainly not gonna rate it in any way. But it was a good game, and it is exactly kind of what you saw. I will say this that I think you'll like, Sean. It uses, so like you can light a match and like burn stuff. It's more interactive than what you might think. Okay, so like it kind of has the Breath of the Wild physics in it, where like I take a steel ball, I can heat it up in the fire. Not Tears of the Kingdom type of stuff, but like that Breath of the Wild where it was like, oh wow, that metal object really will get hot and burn stuff if I do that. I was surprised at how the environment was so in depth with physics and how it worked. And it's like, oh, if I put this on that magnet, it really does stick. Or if I push the magnet the other way, it will repel. And so that actually did interest me. So that was kind of my hour with Superland. Ghost lore.
And that's
yeah, go ahead.
Just very quick. That sounds very good in terms of I enjoy being able to manipulate the environment in a whole, not just stuff that the developer has kind of gone, well, you can only interact with this object and that object. So yeah, being able to set fire to everything sounds quite appealing.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was just really surprised. It really seemed like a silly, stripped down game, so I didn't expect the environment to have as much physics as it actually does. That I enjoyed that. So will I go back to it? No. Is it because it's not good? No, it's because there's just too much stuff piling in front of me at the time. Again, remember, I am going to be your sampler on this podcast. That's what the Game Pass sampler at this point until probably Tears of the Kingdom gets further down, or I set it down, or I find something else, or blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Ghost lore. Diablo-like game, so people tell me. I've never played a Diablo game, so I'm just going on what they say. But I can tell you this, if Diablo is better than Ghost lore, which I'm assuming it is because a Diablo-like should be better than the like of its version, then I want to play Diablo because I had a lot of fun with this. Except for the fact that I was a little lost. Like they kind of just throw you in. Okay, you just kind of get in there and all of a sudden you're picking up this stuff and I'm like, what do I got to do with this stuff? And I'm putting it in my inventory and I'm a little like all over the place. But you're hacking and slashing bad guys. They're dropping items. You're picking them up. You're selling items you don't need. You're putting in your new things that are better. You're leveling up. You can play with friends if you want to. I was by myself on the stream. We do have a stream up on YouTube and our Twitch. You can go see it if you want. But it's fun. It's got fun pixelated art style. The sound is, sound. It's not anything going to blow you away, but it's not bad. It's got a little hub world that you can go to and buy stuff. I was having fun with it. I was feeling a bit lost, but I think if with time you could kind of pick up the mechanics. But you're picking up those mechanics on your own. They're not holding your hand with tutorial at all. Like not at all. You start off and you start going. At the moment I feel like I should have more weapons than what I do, but I couldn't figure out how to equip more weapons into the other buttons. There's obviously like all the buttons down below. I played the entire game with one weapon and a dash, which is what I had to begin with. So, but there was no like, hey, here's the tutorial on how to do this. Nope, you figure it out. So, but I had fun with it, and it made me want to try Diablo, which I will not buy Diablo because I think it's coming to Game Pass at some point, and I don't have any time for it. So, both of those reasons. Last thing I'll talk about, because I didn't talk about it last week. I try not to talk about it every week, but I'm still playing Mighty Doom. The game is so much fun. It's so easy to play when... So here's the thing. I love Tears of the Kingdom, but when I am watching TV with my wife, and vice versa, we both kind of have the same rule. We don't care if we're on social media or we're doing something else, as long as we're paying attention to what we're doing. Like when my wife gets irritated is when I'm like, wait, why did that guy do that? And she's like, you're not really paying attention. Like that becomes the problem. And when I'm playing something like Tears of the Kingdom, I get too engrossed and then I look up and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. And I don't want to be like, can you explain why this guy's doing that? Because I apparently wasn't paying attention because that's not going to make her happy. So Mighty Doom is a great game to play while we're watching something hanging out on the couch because I don't really care about it. I'm going through these 3 little levels every night and getting my stuff and moving on. And I'm more engrossed in the show we're watching than the thing I'm doing on the phone. So it just really works for me. And so I don't think I've missed a night, Sean.
I can't even do that. If I can't do that now. If we're watching stuff on the TV, like my phone literally just gets chucked to the other end of the sofa and left alone. Like Lindsay can do that. She can scroll through social media. She can she can even sometimes be watching like a couple of TikTok videos in silence.
Mm-hmm.
But then she'll know exactly what's going on. And like if I nudge her and go, "Oh my god, have you seen this?" She instantly responds, and it's like, I don't know how she's doing that. Like I can't do that. I can't focus. So yeah.
Yeah, I can't playing something like Tears of the Kingdom. Like I would love to be able to be like, yeah, we watched a show and I got through 3 hours of Tears of the Kingdom. It was great. No, it won't happen because I'm either not going to know what's going on in the game or I'm not going to know what's going on TV. But Mighty Doom is fun. That's why I'm playing it. That's when I'm playing it. I'm at like level 64, World 9 now. I need to...
Wow.
Yeah, but man, World 9's kicking my butt. Like I just tried it this time. And I don't play the worlds unless I can zoom through them. Like I want to be over leveled and I want it to be fun and easy. I don't want to force my way to try to get through and get frustrated. So I'll play it once a week basically. I'll play it and then be like, nah, I'm still not even close. And then I just put it away for like a week and I just play the 3 little bonus worlds every day. So that's my dashboard. That's what I've been doing. Anything else before we go to party chat?
No, and we do have a pretty good one in party chat this week.
Let's party chat it up.
It's party time! Woohoo! Oh yeah!
I love that one. That's lead us into this, Sean. You have a better list than I will have, so that's for sure. So lead us in.
So the ambassador asked us in Discord if you could relaunch the Xbox Series X and S with your very own exclusives, what titles would you add? He then goes to give us a plan: the Killer Instinct 2, Blink 3, Jet Set Radio Infinite, Cameo 2, Amped 4, Panzer Dragoon Auto 2, and Blue Dragon 2. You say I might have my answer. I don't know what I would have as exclusives. I don't quite. Is this like, you know, I don't know if I don't know if these games like Killer Instinct 2, I don't know if that's there. I don't know if these are ones that he wishes were out.
Oh, so you're asking, is Killer Instinct 2 a video game right now, or is that
Yeah.
like is he saying he wants Killer Instinct 2, or he just wants that to come back? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. I mean, Killer Instinct 2 is a.
Yeah, it's out there. It's been out since '96.
Yeah. So,
Been out for a little bit of while.
yeah, so it's Jet Set Radio Infinite. So that's why I was a bit confused on that, and Blink 3. So I was a little bit confused on the list. And the question in general.
Okay, well, here's what I'm saying. Okay, here's what I'm saying. If I want exclusives, one, the first thing I want, and I may not understand the question too, but I'm just going to go by how I understand it, which is what games do I want to be launched with my personal launch of Xbox Series S and X instead of whatever happened to the debacle that it was. One, I want Halo Infinite. I want it done, and I want it to be a launch. Can you imagine life if Halo Infinite was at launch and it was done and it was good and it was great? I mean, man, Xbox life would be different. Different, my friend, let me tell you. Also, I agree with Jet Set Radio Infinite, but I would do like a Jet Set Radio like remastered. Maybe just like bring it up to the S and X, keep it kind of the same, but I don't know, fluff it, whatever they do to make it look pretty and kind of current gen-y, okay? Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if current gen's the right word. And I actually like. I'm just looking at games that I either one like or two would fill a hole at launch. So like you got your first person shooter, you got the fun skateboard thingy dooey. Let's do like a Banjo Kazooie type game, like we're talking about here. So that fills that like that fun like kid style platformer type game, 3D platformer. I also let's see, what else do I want? I mean, I think Killer Instinct is cool, but I mean, not just two. I'd want it to be like, the remastered version or something like that. And Killer Instinct's probably Killer Instinct, or if Mortal Kombat could have came out, Mortal Kombat 1.2, the one that was announced last week. Because I'm not gonna play any of these new ones. They're just, I don't know, they've gone too far with the blood and gore for me personally. But I do like a 1.2 again. So sure, let's do that. That you got fighting game. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, if you just want to really knock the socks off of stuff, let's do something with Fable too. Then you got your big open world adventure-y style game, and at that point we can all just fall over dead. Be done.
Yeah.
Oh, Forza Horizon can come out too. What the hell? Let's just blow the doors off of this thing.
Well,
now you got all the games you need.
Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5 came out roughly around the same time last year, so
yeah, it just wasn't at launch.
Those two, no. I agree with Jet Set Radio, but I definitely want a remaster because graphically the original is old and dated. What other games?
Bruce, I'm calling it Mortal Kombat 1.2. It's like it's Mortal Kombat 1 just remastered. So I'm just being goofy. Don't pay any attention to me. Sean doesn't. That's why we co-host so good. Well,
I knew exactly what you was doing. I just did. I was gonna let you just go with it. Games that are exclusive. So when we say exclusive, not available anywhere else. Doom, a multiplayer Doom.
Yeah,
that would have been great. Like full on Doom, like Doom Slayers tournament, which would have been fun. That Forza's already locked to Xbox anyway as an exclusive. So I'm trying to think of titles. Give me a WRC. Give me like WRC 2023 with a lock that to Xbox for 6 months. That'd have been nice. Available Game Pass day one at launch with the Series X console. That'd have been cool. And then one more. Tunic. Give me Tunic. Like,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
that would be a good one.
It came to Xbox first on Game Pass, but make it exclusive for another
That's a real
for
good
12 months for longer than it was. That game was beautiful. Like giving me that ticked all the boxes for open world, puzzler, Souls-like. It ticked every box. So, and I don't. Like I said last week, I'm not a big fan now of fighting games in terms of that. So I'd be happy with the Killer Instinct remaster to bring it to the next gen level. Mortal Kombat, like for yourself, like you said, has gone too far for me. But yeah, Killer Instinct. I can't remember the character I used to. I used to use the Flame guy in Killer Instinct all the time.
Yeah, I don't remember names.
So
I remember Mortal Kombat names more than I remember Killer Instinct names, but yeah. All right, we have no idea if we answered your question, Ambassador. We sure hope we sure hope either way you had a good time with our answer, whether we answered it or slaughtered it. Either way, thanks for your question.
Yeah, it was just a. I mean, I could go completely like, okay, yeah, give me, like you say, Fable, exclusive, Starfield exclusive, day one launch. You know, if they were to do a mid-gen console, then Starfield and Fable drop in with a mid-gen console, locked those to 12 months. That'd be great. I would try and steal some form of Resident Evil, the next Resident Evil game, steal that from Sony for a while, as they seem to do. But yeah, I'm not. The thing is that I don't like the world of exclusivity. I'd like to be able to play. I like to be able to play games on various consoles. Obviously, the Mario's and your Zeldas are truly ever going to be locked to Nintendo, but I don't like the exclusivity thing for other games.
Yeah, I don't know how much exclusivity. Well, it matters for Nintendo's current style, how their business platform works. So it certainly matters for Nintendo. Actually, and it matters for PlayStation too. So Xbox is charting a new course, and I don't know if they know if it's going to work out yet. Quite frankly, I'm not sure that they're 100% sure if their business model is sustainable. For PlayStation and Nintendo, they're on a similar business model of, hey, we have these cool games, you only play them here. Let's do it. Come buy our stuff and play our games. Live in our world. Where Xbox is charting this new course. We'll see if it works out.
Always do the opposite of your opposition.
Yeah, it worked. It worked for Nintendo back with the with the Wii, right? They were like, they went and made this just not in a different way. They made a underpowered console, and it was ingenious and innovative, and it worked just fine. So, see if Xbox can chart their own path and do something similar.
Definitely. And I think that brings us to the end of episode 105.
Yes, it does.
So it does. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you want to get in touch with us on any of our social media accounts, you can do. It's Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Everything is at Game Pass News. Want to drop us an email, send us a funny dad joke, you can do so by emailing over to gamepassnewscast@gmail.com. If you're reviewing this, if you're listening via a podcast app and you've got the ability to drop a review, please do so. That'd be great. If you want to join us in Discord and chat to us and chat to everybody that's been in the live chat tonight, that is Bruce, SCTKO3, Hambone Johnny, who's been lurking away in the background there. You can do that by subscribing to our Twitch channel. If you have been watching us live, you will see that Nick is wearing one of our awesome hoodies. You can buy yourself one over at redbubble.com. Thanks very much, guys, in the live chat. Bruce, SCTKO3 again, Mr. Hambo and Johnny for your sub. And until next time, guys, we shall see you later.
See you later, guys.